is there any meaningful difference between the facts of this case and the arguments in the previous case?
In essence, no, Your Honor. In this case is different in a few respects. Number one, Free Enterprise Fund, which we believe strongly supports Mr. Clement's position, applies even more forcefully to this case, in which involves the same statute and the exact same claim here. I think the statute in this case, although similar in many respects, is different in at least one respect that makes this case easier, and that's the saving clause in the SEC Act, in which Congress made clear that it was not displacing traditional rights or remedies, and we think that one of the remedies that it protected was a traditional remedy of going to a federal court to get an injunction against agency action. But the short answer to your question is we believe that jurisdiction exists in both cases for largely the same reasons.
And one final question, just a short one. There's a lot of talk about these cases, orders actually being entered in these cases, and then they're subject to review. How often does that happen?
Very infrequently in the relative sense, Your Honor. The vast majority of these cases settle, more than 90%, because the individuals just frankly can't endure the years of proceedings that it takes to get to an Article III.
How many years has this been going on?
Well, it's been going on really in our situation since Dodd-Frank, in which many of these claims have been channeled to these in-house agency proceedings. Now, the SEC doesn't have to act this way. It can go to federal district court, in which citizens enjoy greater rights and protections. It can go before its own commission. But instead, it elects typically to go before its own in-house ALJs, which suffer from this blatant constitutional defect. And to the Chief Justice's point earlier, we think that the Jarchese case shows exactly the flaw with the government's position, that you would have to wait some 7 years in Mr. Jarchese's case to go through those rounds of proceedings before you can finally get to an Article III court to present your constitutional claim that the agency didn't have authority to act at all against that individual.